Back. I'm excited. Listen, the Nonprofit CEO Summit is coming next week. I had the opportunity to be a media partner with Tiffany Denise Bell. And listen, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Go ahead and take the time out and go ahead and share this live. Go ahead and share this show because we got some extraordinary men and women coming in, talking about their craft, talking about all the things they have to bring to the table. It's free. Listen, it's absolutely free. Go to www.nonprofitceosummit.com and register. Tell her Dr. Nikki sent you because it's going to be some amazing informational gifts that's going to be speaking. All kind of information will be speaking. And so today I have the pleasure of interviewing Lucinda. Let's go ahead and get Queen Lucinda in here. Hey, Queen. How you doing, Miss Pennington?
Hey. Doing good. I was sharing with all my friends, try to get them on here.
Get them on here.
Come on, it's such a pleasure and
it's a pleasure.
I know I was sharing it. I was like, "Come on, guys! You guys get over here. Encourage me. I'm nervous.
Don't be.
I'm excited.
No, don't be nervous. I got you. We're gonna scroll through this thing. It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So tell us who you are, where you're from. And what made you connect to the Nonprofit CEO Summit?
I am Lucinda Pennington. I was born and raised in Maine. I'm actually out here in Missouri now. My husband took a church out here in Missouri. But I joined the CEO Summit because I worked really hard to get my nonprofit. And I felt like God had asked me to overcome and teach others how to overcome. And so I bring people alongside that have been traumatized and suffer, and I teach them the art of forgiveness and how to forgive and to move on, and teach them how to start businesses and be successful as God has allowed me to become an overcomer. I believe in Romans 12:21, we overcome evil with good. So I, in turn other people with what God has taught me through his word. So I'm excited. That's why I joined the summit, because I was hoping I could share the little nuggets God has allowed me. I grew up in the foster system. I was very traumatized by the foster system. I was abandoned at birth. My mother didn't want me. So I entered the foster care system. I actually aged out at the age of 21 because nobody wanted me. And I was in 13 different foster homes, abused in every single one but one. So my goal is to teach others that no matter what the state labels you, I was actually labeled mentally disabled and traumatized beyond repair, that I couldn't learn. The Lord has allowed me to get 2 master's degrees.
Come on.
I've authored books. Yeah, I've authored books. And I got my first grant in 3 days after spending 3 years attending financial classes. That's before I knew that I could get a student loan and go to college. I spent 12 years in college. I felt like God had given me the ability to go through what I went through, but I also wanted the education to back up my knowledge. And so that's where I felt God had called me to do. I have 6 beautiful children. My oldest is 6. My oldest is 26, and my youngest is 6. I have 5 daughters: Grace, Hope, Faith, Charity, Serenity, and my 6-year-old autistic son, Stephen Jr. I've been married 27 years to the same man, my first marriage. And so I do a lot of counseling. I'm a North American Mission Board chaplain counselor. I've had a counseling ministry since 2005. And I have successfully returned 355 children back to their families with reunification out of foster care. So that's my My ministry is to help the children that are in foster care get back to their families.
Wow.
So that's me.
She just said, that's me. You do all, oh my God. Oh my God, you just touched my heart.
Even if you see a need, fulfill that need. God has allowed me, my slogan is see a need, fulfill the need. I know how to do plumbing, electrical. I'll put a radiator in my car. See a need, learn it. I guess my addiction is learning. I believe in learning everything that you possibly can to better your life. I can fly a plane. I was a radio DJ for 3 years. I've done it all. So, and I intend to continue learning. Like I said, see a need, fulfill a need. I spend hours learning, trying to learn the system, learn their contracts. I've owned 2 businesses, very successful businesses. The state took my contract away because I exposed a supervisor actually forging a police report. So they didn't like that too well. I kind of exposed their corruption. They forged documents. This supervisor actually thought she would get away with forging a police report because nobody ever subpoenas the police on their reports. And I begged the lawyer to listen to me. I said, this is a matter of this child going home to their family. What she didn't know is I was there that day, and I knew the police report was either the officer was lying, or it wasn't a real report. And so the lawyer trusted in me, believed in me, and said, this is not the norm, but I'll go ahead and subpoena the police officer.
Wow.
And sure enough, he got on the stand. He goes, I never wrote this report. I've never spoke to this supervisor on this case or any other case. The judge was livid. She was so mad. But we did get that child home back to his family. But I mean, that's how bold they are. That's what I deal with when I deal with Child Protective Services. Now, am I out here preaching down with Child Protective Services? No, we need a service in place to protect children. But the problem is we need to hold them accountable. We need to take away the immunity, the bonuses, and help these children heal from the trauma that they are causing. So that's what I deal with. And then I take in young adults who have aged out of the system. I teach them how to drive, how to get their first car, get into their first apartment, teach them how to cook and how to clean, because they're not given those skills when they're in foster care. And so I've had 3 successful young adults that have aged out of the system complete my program. And now they are, I actually I went and learned how to do credit repair, went and did all the certifications to do. I actually own my own credit repair business too, so that I could help the young adults that are aging out of the system be able to fix their credit. We've discovered caseworkers who took boats out on their names. We found foster parents that took loans out on the kids under their care, and I'm having to fix those. And so I saw I needed to fulfill that need. And so I went and took the 58 hours for certification to be able to start my own credit repair business so that I could help the young adults and the families that I help fix their credit so that they can get out of Section 8, get into a rent-to-own home, or to buy their first home, or to buy a brand new car. I teach them how to start their own businesses. I do all kinds of stuff.
I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know, you probably have gotten that before. You are, when I say overcomer, like I hear people say that. I actually wrote a book called I'm an Overcomer Woman. And it's an anthology that I wrote with like 15 other women. When I say your story is breathtaking, like you are amazing. I know you probably get it all the time. But to see where you started, where your birth mom did not even want you, and to see where you at today, you have so much to be proud of. Like, oh my God, I was not expecting.
Well, I was nonverbal until I was age 11. I was nonverbal to the age of 11. That's why they labeled me mentally disabled, because when I didn't trust anybody. My coping skill was, if they don't see me and don't hear me, maybe they won't abuse me. I've had almost every bone broken in my body from abuse from my foster parents. I never ran away, because if I did, I walk on broken feet today, because I had one foster home that would take a baseball bat to my feet, and they broke the bones in my feet so bad that I walk on broken feet today. So I need surgery to my feet, but I can't. But I have such a high tolerance for pain, because I've been in pain my whole life. So I just get used to pain. And so, but those are the type of abuses that I had to suffer. And that's why I was nonverbal, because my coping skill was, well, maybe if they don't see me, they won't beat me. Maybe if they, if I hide, they won't find me. Yeah. Um, I was 5 years old when my own caseworker, during a transportation to a new foster home, um, uh, sexually molested me on my birthday. And that's the type of situations that I had to deal with growing up. And so what I do is, when I have new cases, I let the parents tell me their story, and I sit there and I cry with them and I hug with them. And what I do is, I hand them a tissue, and I said, okay, now we're going to put that all behind us. I'm going to teach you how to forgive them. I'm going to teach you that, you know what, we don't let our abusers have power over us, over our mind, our body, and our spirit. We cannot allow our abusers to have power over us. We can't let them have power over our relationships, how we raise our children. We're going to better you so that you can learn to be the best parent, the best wife, the best Christian that you can be. Because God has forgiven us, we can forgive so that we can heal. Get rid of that bitterness, get rid of that anger.
My God.
So that's what I teach.
So what are you going to be talking about at the I'm blown. I'm trying to stay focused. What are you going to be talking about at the nonprofit CEO? What's your talk? What's your subject?
Mine is Overcomers Teach Others to Overcome. Has been my battle for almost 2 years. Is sharing what God has done for me and how to teach others to do the same. I didn't have the money to pay somebody to teach me how to do my nonprofit or anything like that. And so what I like to do is come alongside people and say, what is it you want to learn? What is it you need to learn? Because you know what? I'll help you overcome that. I'll help you get the skills and the needs that you need to be that overcomer. What is it that you believe God's called you to do, and that's blocking you from doing what God has called you to do? And God has put me on a path that I believe, in the Romans 12:21, overcomers overcome evil with good. And that's what truly I believe my path is to teach others to become those overcomers.
Wow.
And I'm also talking about those who struggle with child protective services. And this one here, do you want your children back from child protective services? I've actually closed in 2 years 129 cases. I've helped families get their children back out of the system. Some of the hardest cases that nobody would take, they couldn't get a lawyer. And I have helped them come alongside and help them close 129 cases. When I go into a courtroom, the lawyers get all nervous. They're like, who are you here for? Oh, no, she's getting ready to expose corruption. Because usually if I'm there, I'm getting ready to, I found psyche valve doctors that they've used as their experts were nothing but foot doctors. They didn't even have the qualification to give a psyche valve. And they were using them as their expert witnesses. Oh, I do all kinds of backgrounds on everybody in that courtroom. I found out one of the cases out of Tennessee, the judge had 2 accounts of drug cocaine paraphernalia in the last 3 months prior to my client's case. And I was like, Judge, are you okay today? Are you sure you're able to to pass judgment on these families here today after knowing that you have 2 drug charges and you're here to pass judgment on these families that, struggle for weed when you got 2 cocaine drug possession charges? He's like, get out of my courtroom. How dare you? And all the lawyers are like, oh, high-fiving him as I'm getting escorted out of the courtroom because I just built their case.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I do extensive backgrounds. I teach people how to overcome and how to know the rules and the guidelines of their cases. So that's what I do is I come along and I help them with their cases, figure out what we need to do to get their children home. If they've already signed a safety plan, helping them to complete that safety plan and do more. I here in Missouri have turned 9 terminating their parental rights back to reunification and return their families back. That is not easy. That is probably one of the hardest things to do. And they don't like that too well. They are now under investigation because 3 of those TPRs, they have already adopted the children out before the parents had lost their rights. And so now they're under investigation for child trafficking because they had already adopted the 3 children out or the 3 cases out before the parents had even lost their rights because they were so sure that they were going to win the TPR. They had already adopted the children out. And so now I have them under investigation for child trafficking. Yeah, they don't like me too well. So,
wow. You are very extraordinary. Hey, I told y'all, listen, we got some extraordinary guests on here. She is one of them. I am just combobulated, like just hearing your story, like, oh my God. Oh my God, my God. Listen, I want to give a shout out to Tiffany Denise Bell. I see she's in here. Want to give a shout out to her for allowing Lucinda Pennington to get on my stage. Oh my God, this is awesome, Lucinda. I cannot wait. And she has her book.
Yeah, my nickname is Loudmouth Advocate. One of the ones that are on here, she's like, yeah, she's the Loudmouth Advocate. I don't even have to say anything. That's my nickname that the caseworkers give me, the Loudmouth Advocate. I need a t-shirt that says Loudmouth Advocate.
Wow. Listen, if y'all have not went to nonprofitceosummit.com, go right now. It's absolutely free. It's phenomenal. You'll get a chance to hear Lucinda tell her story. Oh my God. Such an amazing story. How can they find you right now? How can they find you?
They can go to my website, Overcomers. It's Overcomers with the S. counselingcenterinc.com. They can there's free consultation if they need help with starting a business, a CPS case. I've helped elderly get their cars back to the when they take advantage of elderly people. Just anything that you need help with, I'm here, and if I don't know, I'll go learn it and teach you. So that's what, We want
to thank you for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm just a tree. I can't wait to watch it. Listen, go.
I'm excited.
Go right now. nonprofitceosummit.com and go and hear her story. It's going to be amazing. You take care, Lucinda. Take care of yourself. Of course, I'm going to bring you back soon so we can talk about these books. I'll bring you back on my book tour. I inbox you about the information.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, and my first and second book is They Meant It for Evil, but God Meant It for Good. It's about my life growing up in foster care and the challenges that I had to overcome, and how, it's a self-help for me, not for, and if you can get something out of it. I have a lot of people that say they read it and was able to find healing and forgiveness. So, and that's where you start. That's the root that I try to plant, is the root of forgiveness, so that you can not allow your abuse to have power.
You can't make it in heaven having an unforgiving.
That's right.
It ain't gonna work. I'll tell you that now. That's
right.
Well, thank you so much. You take care now.
No, I don't mean have lovey-dovey relationship with them. All right. Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you too.